Sup, guys. We're here for the Yugioh Council. Hopefully the camera battery holds out just long enough to get this done. But welcome to Coffee Time, your Monday morning discussion video released in the evening because we can. I am filming in the reptile room as always. And I have the window a little bit open because there's like 5 reptile lights on. And that makes for one hell of an incredible hot room. Now, before we go really into today's topic, the future of Yu-Gi-Oh! Basically, the future decks that have potential to be good. I know how many of you in person and on YouTube have been asking me to do this, and I kind of just been putting it off. But this is the perfect week to talk about it, and there is a major reason why. Because Saturday, finally, I'm heading over to Okinawa. I cannot wait. I need the little mini vacation. But don't worry, videos will still come out on time, or as much as I can. And let's talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Real quick. What's coming to the channel. I can't even talk right now. So, besides this week being a giant Pokemon announcement that has nothing to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! And the Pokemon Council will cover it the second it happens. Hype! Is Raid Raptors, Blue Eyes Chaos Max, version 1 for both of those decks, and a new version of Synchron's, as well as possibly a 4th deck, but I'm not sure what that 4th one's going to be quite yet. There may be a 5th or 6th one. I want to say it's going to be Kaiju. And then second version of Blue Eyes Max or Dark Magician. One of those two. It's a lot of that just happening on the channel right now with me playing that, so expect more of it. Anyways, hopefully the mic sounds a lot better now than it did. I played around with a few things. I have a special item getting ordered on Friday alongside with the new capture card. So trust me, if this doesn't do it, next week's video, well, actually not next week, the week that actually arrives, that I'm able to pick it up and shit, it's gonna sound fantastic, and I cannot wait to be able to use that. But trust me, it's gonna be fantastic. Anyways, let's get into Coffee Time, your morning discussion video released in the evening, because most people don't watch it at 6 a.m. in the morning. That would be kind of weird. I'm like one of those really early people. I kind of flip-flop on it. Sometimes I'm not, sometimes I am, but recently I am. So, you guys have asked me in person and here on YouTube to cover this video. So this video is dedicated to every single one of you who has asked. And yes, I do listen to feedback. I do listen quite a bit. But if it's a trolling feedback, I'm not really going to have a tendency to listen as well. So let's talk about the big thing. The decks that could, keyword, this is just my opinion. I may leave some shit out because I don't have my notes in front of me, just like I typically do, and you may hear some crazy shit because we're in the reptile room. I hear crazy shit in the back. Anyway, I may leave out a few things. Don't take it personal if I leave out your favorite deck. I'm sorry. It's just either I'm not knowledgeable fully on it, or I have a reason behind it, whatever the case is. I think everything that's tier 2 right now would have a potential rise. Kind of like the Infernoid kind of fact. So the big one I want to talk about, that everyone wants me to talk about, is Blue Eyes. Why Blue Eyes? Well, see, there's a lot of reasons why it's not meta yet, and I haven't even talked about it once. But I'm going to let the cat out of the bag, per se, or the dragon out of its den at this point. The deck lacks a lot of defense and a lot of recovery. That's two of the biggest problems. One of those problems sort of gets resolved with Gospel Revival, and the deck's a very, very aggressive deck. You're not meant to sit behind back row like with Cosmos Stun, which recently topped, or Yosenju, or anything of that sort. You're supposed to go all out and just make combo wombo plays into super try-hard mode and drop big 3,000 beat sticks on your opponent and feel like a total badass. Until Kaijus come in and they tribute your shit, or Monarchs, they tribute your shit, or fucking just Cosmos dance around your dragons. And that's part of the reason why they don't top, but in all seriousness, the deck still has potential. I can't say it doesn't. I mean, to be fair, Dragon Rulers really didn't have too much defense, to be fair. But they were so powerful that that little weakness went out the fucking window in a heartbeat. And I think that could be mimicked and done again with Blue Eyes. Another deck that I know people want me to talk about is Raid Raptors. I believe Raid Raptors, in all pure honesty, have a better chance at being a future meta deck than Blue Eyes. And I will give my reasonings why on that. Reasoning number one, the limited reasoning. No, in all seriousness, Raid Raptors have searchability, they have the double Lord of Darkness, they have a way to get to a giant monster that even Blue Eyes can't really deal with outside of like one or two means, which is the giant Ultimate Falcon. They can go 7 Deadly Sins, they could pretty much go Cyber Dragon Infinity. There were so many ways of like approaching Raid Raptors. You can use their trap card that protects them, and by using the trap card that protects them from battle, it's like Blue Eyes loses a giant advantage right then and there. And I did say a few times that Honest was so crucial to winning certain games, and I still believe in it, and that's what I was mainly talking about. But if Blue Eyes can like set up something like Crystal Wing, well, it's a little bit harder for Raid Raptors. Not saying it's impossible, but it's a little bit harder to really for them to get out there. And especially with, I know the name got changed from Gospel Revival or something else. I don't have it in front of me at the moment. You know, I know that's a thing, especially coming up. That's going to make that matchup so much harder for Raid Raptors. But again, two really good potential decks, one light, one dark, kind of the reason why I brought it up. Another one that I really want to talk about is probably Kaiju. It's the most underrated out of everything, and I've stated for months that Kaijus are the answers to everything. And it was more than a joke, it was me being completely serious that they are the outs to 90% of this game's issues. And yes, that's not a proper way to fix a game, but at the same time, it's a pretty damn good band-aid that covers up the mess that is Yu-Gi-Oh! At times. And I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining about the game, I'm just making a point so people can actually understand where I'm coming from. Because if you don't talk about the bad shit, then how are you ever going to expect it to get better? Negativity, if done proper, is okay because it allows for an individual or a company like Nami to actually improve on themselves. Like, if someone didn't tell me, oh man, your like camera quality was ass if it wasn't 720, yeah, I probably would still be using that set, like fucking 480 camera, be like, yeah, look at me, I'm so cool, I don't even sound that good. But look at me now, I'm using like fucking close to 4K. Soon there'll be a 4K camera, maybe next year. To the point, most people's internets can't handle the 4K, hence I try to keep it down to a level where people can actually enjoy my videos, because God knows, I have 5 fucking channels. All jokes aside, Kaijus are an amazing deck because they have like a mini dark hole. They're a really cool concept. And a lot of people don't really know how to deal with them, besides Master Restrict. And they have a card that jumps over, and it's like, hi. And it's like, how the fuck do you deal with this? Well, you play Master Restrict and Starlight Road, and you hope for the best. That's pretty much the matchup right then and there. Like, have that, you win the game. One other one, which I'm actually surprised that more people haven't been grasping on, is Fire Fist. If Card Demise is to stay at 3, keyword, if it's to stay at 3, Fire Fist are one of those decks I could see popping their head up, be like, yo, we're up in this bitch, and we got the Card Demise party. You know, I know that was really corny of a joke, the way I did it, but I really think that could be a thing. Mermels, the salty water be salty. The only reason I don't fully feel it'll be up there is mainly Blue Eyes matchup is a pain. Spirits on the board, but there's ways around it. Like everything, there's tons of ways around these things. Just know your rulings, know where to hit Blue Eyes the hardest, and you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. I mean, Mermels are kind of how I look at Blue Eyes. That they kind of have that same, I'm going straight for the OTK, and that's how Blue Eyes needs to evolve as a deck to really get out there fully. And maybe Chaos Max is the answer to that, maybe. I know some of you are probably saying, he's dwelling on Blue Eyes too much. What about Dark Magician? I'm going to make that voice. I just thought it was funny. Dark Magician, Possibility for a great stun deck, great stun variant. The way I played it was hyper aggressive because that's how I like to approach things, is hyper aggressive and being able to go all out and dealing with it that way. I'm trying a much slower version, let's put it that way. So we'll see how it goes with the slower version. I think the slower version will pay out a little bit better than the hyper aggressiveness. Not every deck's built the same. Finally, I guess if I had to mention one more, and my god, I totally forgot about it. I can't remember now. I guess we'll have to not talk about it then. It's one of those things that we're just going to keep in his back pocket now. Because John Cena's coming back tonight in WWE. Yes, I just said that. Yes, I just totally fucking said that on a Yu-Gi-Oh video. Because I'm a moron. More importantly, this video was made for you guys. Just like how John Cena's always preaching that kind of shit. That's where I'm bringing it home to. Hopefully you got a laugh out of that. Hopefully. If not, well, I'm like Obelisk. I'm just a douchebag. Anyways, there's plenty of decks out there. Oh, and the deck I was referring to, well, was going to refer to, but it's coming back to me now, Magic Specters. Because if they don't get touched, they're going to be fucking hell. I mean, right now they're kind of sort of there, but they're kind of mixed. And they're not using their full potential. I think, honestly, they're going to be a great Sun deck. If, like, people actually look at it. And there is also, like, Spiral, and Tradmids coming out that we don't know fully. So there's that. I talked about that a few weeks ago, so the videos kind of connect together. But this video was made for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to slap down a like. Let me know about the audio. That's my one concern. I know you're going to hear scratching. The turtle wants attention. She's going to have to wait to get attention. More importantly, let me know how the audio sounds. It'll probably be around this range for the next 2 weeks or so, until Amazon ships it and I'm able to come back and get it. Shh. It's a secret what I have coming. And I think it won't only just improve the sound for this channel. It'll improve for the network, especially in the fall when we're doing a shit ton of reviews. Great things lie ahead for all of us, though. So I will see you guys on the next video. And as always, you have my gratitude for letting me in your tablet or whatever the hell you watch me on. Maybe you watch me off the Xbox. That's kind of dope. I'm not even gonna lie. That's kind of dope. I try to be completely honest with you guys as much as possible, and just, this is how I would talk to you in person. Dead serious. A little bit more nervous. PTSD. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on